Hello, this is Dr. Kyre Adept, and I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about what's probably my favorite among all the books in the Spiritual Integration series. It's Volume 5, and it's called Divine Feminine ReValuation. Now, you may or may not know that there has been a currency revaluation going on right now, worldwide. And as I was writing this book and also being involved in the currency revaluation, it just really came to me that we also need to have a revaluation of the way that we look at the divine feminine and how that operates in our life. Now, in 1987, we had the harmonic convergence, and at about the same time, I don't actually know whether they're causally linked or not, we moved from the divine masculine out-breath of God to the divine feminine in-breath of God. We had a 25-year overlap period that took us up to 1212, which, as you know, is the end of a long period in the Mayan calendar. And from that point onward, at least in theory, we were completely immersed in the divine feminine in-breath of God. So this book looks at what that actually means for us as human beings. Now, of course, we all have both divine feminine and divine masculine characteristics, everybody, regardless of gender. And yet, I think it's fair to say that most of us will have chosen our particular gender in a particular lifetime because there are aspects of the divine masculine or the divine feminine or the combination or the interaction between them that we have chosen to explore this time round. So, just to give the very briefest recap, the divine masculine is that yang energy. It's about going outward. It's about action and activity. It's about doing things and getting things done. And like every possible positive trait, characteristic, or condition, it has the same faults that fall in with its virtues. And the biggest fault, if I can put it that way, is that divine masculine goes out and does what it feels needs to be done without worrying all that much about the consequences. So we see this a lot in scientific research, for instance, or pharmaceutical research, medical research, where they will find a technique or an idea, a hypothesis, and they will carry it forward to see if it works without a lot of consideration about what the consequences might be. A perfect example is nuclear power, for the sake of discussion. There are certain virtues to nuclear power, challenging though it is for me to admit that. But the very strong disadvantage is that both upstream, that is in terms of mining of radioactive substances and the centralization of power generation and the health risks involved in actually working in a nuclear power plant, and of course the downriver, if I can put it that way, problems about the storage of nuclear waste. None of these were really taken into consideration. Just somebody had this great idea. Hey, I wonder if we can generate power this way, and then we don't have to be digging up coal or oil or gas or whatever. Now, the divine feminine is a yin energy. It's inward. It's receptive. It's about reclamation. And the two components of reclamation are wisdom and forgiveness. So with the divine feminine coming on stream, we have kind of the energy of the mother saying, oh, you kids, did you really have to make that much of a mess? Let's clean it up. Let's clean it up now. So the divine feminine is about order and ordering. And I actually look at the ordering aspect of it in Volume 7. It's clear that we really need to do a lot of cleanup right now on our planet if we are to fulfill the human race's purpose of recreating heaven on earth. And obviously the place to start with that is in our daily lives, where we get to put things in order. We get to reclaim what is usable. We get to clean up the mess and make sure that what we do from here on outward actually has an eye to the consequences, both for ourselves immediately, but for the world at large. Thanks. And for more details, go to my website, drkyre.com. That's drkyre.com/books. Thank you.